Have you ever woken up to the quiet hum of the morning, only to find your mind already racing, a relentless current of worries pulling you under before your feet even touch the floor? It's a strange paradox, isn't it? The world outside is just beginning to stir, bathed in the soft, hopeful glow of dawn. Yet inside, a storm of anxiety might be brewing, threatening to overshadow the promise of a new day. You open your eyes, and for a fleeting moment, there's peace, a blank canvas of possibility. But then the thoughts arrive, uninvited guests, the deadlines looming, the unspoken words, the uncertainty about tomorrow, the echoes of yesterday's burdens. It's like standing on the edge of a vast, calm lake, but feeling a tempest raging within your own chest, a silent battle against the very peace you crave. Perhaps you tried to push it away, to simply breathe deeply as the sunrise paints the sky in hues of rose and gold. But the feeling persists, a low thrum beneath the surface, a tightness in your shoulders, a whisper of inadequacy or fear that seems to grow louder with each passing minute. You might even find yourself scrolling through your phone, searching for a distraction, anything to quiet the internal noise, to escape the feeling that you're already behind, already overwhelmed before the day has truly begun. It's a lonely place, feeling that internal tremor when the world expects you to be strong, to be ready, to be productive. You might even wonder if this is just how it is, if this anxious hum is simply the soundtrack to modern life, something you just have to live with, to push through, to endure. But what if this morning, right now, as the first rays of light stretch across your window, you didn't have to carry that weight alone? What if there was a way to truly quiet that inner turbulence, not by ignoring it, but by inviting something greater into the space it occupies? Imagine stepping into the day, not with a forced smile or a clenched jaw, but with a genuine lightness, a deep, abiding calm that no external circumstance can easily shake. Picture your mind as a clear sky. Even if a few clouds of concern drift by, they don't block out the sun. This isn't about pretending everything is perfect. It's about finding a wellspring of peace within you that is deeper than any worry, stronger than any fear. It's about discovering that even in the midst of life's demands, there's a quiet sanctuary, a place where your soul can truly rest and be restored. This morning, we're going to seek that sanctuary together, inviting a peace that truly silences the noise and anchors your heart. There's a profound truth nestled in the ancient words of Philippians 4:6-7, a passage that speaks directly to the heart of what we're feeling this morning. It says, "Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus." Think about that for a moment. Do not be anxious about anything. It's not a command to simply stop worrying, as if we could flip a switch. It's an invitation, a pathway. It acknowledges the anxiety, the burdens, the things that keep us awake or greet us first thing in the morning. Imagine a close friend, let's call her Sarah, who woke up just last week feeling the familiar grip of dread. She had a crucial presentation at work, one that felt like it could make or break her career. Her mind was a whirlwind of what-ifs. What if she forgot her lines? What if the technology failed? What if her boss didn't like her ideas? The anxiety was so intense, it felt physical, a knot in her stomach. She tried to push it down, to tell herself to be strong, but it only seemed to grow. Then she remembered this very verse. Instead of fighting the anxiety, she decided to talk to God about it, openly, honestly, as if He were sitting right there with her. She didn't just ask for the anxiety to disappear, she laid out every single what if, every fear, every doubt, with a heart full of thanksgiving for the opportunity she had, even with the pressure. She thanked God for the skills she possessed, for the chance to contribute, for the very breath in her lungs. And as she spoke, not just in her mind, but out loud in the quiet of her living room, something shifted. It wasn't that all the what-ifs vanished, but the intensity of the fear began to recede. A quiet confidence, a sense of calm, began to fill the space where panic had been. The peace wasn't a logical outcome of her situation, it transcended her understanding, just as the verse promised. She still felt the nerves, but they didn't control her. They were simply there, while a deeper peace guarded her heart and mind. This isn't about a magic trick, it's about a relationship. It's about taking those raw, honest feelings that greet you in the morning and placing them into the hands of someone who truly understands, who holds the universe in his gaze. It's about shifting your focus from the problem itself to the one who is greater than any problem. When you bring your anxieties, your petitions, your very heart to God with a spirit of gratitude, something profound happens. His peace, a peace that doesn't make sense to the logical mind, begins to stand guard over your inner world. It's like a gentle but firm hand placed on your shoulder, reassuring you, reminding you that you are not alone, and that even in the storm, there is an unshakable calm available to you. Perhaps you felt something similar, a moment when you just let go and found a surprising peace. If you have, or if you're longing for that peace this morning, I'd love for you to share one small thing you're letting go of today in the comments below. It helps us all feel connected, knowing we're on this journey together. And if this message resonates with your spirit, if you find solace in these moments of shared faith, consider joining our growing community by subscribing to the channel. Together, we can build a space where peace and hope are found every single morning. Think about the mornings when the world feels heavy, like a dense fog has settled over everything. You might have a list of tasks stretching out before you, each one a tiny mountain to climb, and the sheer volume feels suffocating. It's easy to get lost in that feeling, to let the weight of what needs to be done overshadow the simple act of being. But what if we approach this morning not as a battle to be won, but as a journey to be walked, one step at a time, with a powerful guide beside us? Imagine you're standing at the foot of a vast, ancient forest. The trees are towering, the path ahead winding and uncertain. You can see the mist rising, obscuring what lies beyond the next bend. It would be overwhelming to try and see the entire forest at once, to plan every single step from here to the distant horizon. But what if you knew there was a clear, strong voice guiding you, telling you exactly where to place your foot next, warning you of obstacles and reminding you that the sun will eventually break through the canopy? This is what it's like when we invite divine guidance into our anxious mornings. We don't need to see the entire path. We just need to trust the next step. Consider the story of the Israelites wandering in the desert. Every morning, manna appeared, just enough for that day. They couldn't hoard it. They couldn't gather for a week. They had to trust that tomorrow more would appear. This wasn't just about food. It was a daily lesson in surrendering control, in trusting the provision for this day. For us, the manna might be the strength to face a difficult conversation, the clarity to tackle a complex problem, or simply the patience to navigate a chaotic morning with children. It's the grace for this moment, not for next week's challenges. When anxiety whispers about all the things that might go wrong, or all the things you must accomplish, remember the manna. It's a gentle reminder that today's grace is sufficient for today's burdens. Perhaps you're feeling the pressure of expectations, either from others or from yourself. The quiet moments of mourning can amplify those voices, making you feel inadequate or behind. You might be thinking about all the ways you fell short yesterday, or all the ways you fear you'll disappoint today. But what if we could silence those critical voices, not by force, but by listening to a different, more loving voice? Imagine a potter working with clay. The clay itself might be lumpy, uneven, full of imperfections. But the potter doesn't scold the clay. They gently mold it, shaping it with skilled hands, knowing its potential. They don't discard it because it's not perfect in its raw state. In the same way, this morning you are being shaped. You are a work in progress, and that is not a flaw but a beautiful truth. The anxieties you feel, the imperfections you perceive, are not roadblocks to peace. They are simply part of the raw material that is being lovingly transformed. When we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, to admit that we don't have all the answers, that we are indeed human and prone to worry, that's when a different kind of strength emerges. It's not the strength that comes from pretending to be invincible, but the strength that comes from leaning into something greater than yourself. It's the strength of surrender, of trusting that even when you feel weakest, you are held. This morning, as the world outside begins its busy dance, take a moment to acknowledge that inner hum of anxiety, not to judge it, but to gently offer it up. What is one small, specific thing you can release your grip on this morning, trusting that it will be cared for? Share it in your heart, or if you feel led, share it in the comments. It's a powerful act of letting go, and it creates space for the peace that truly transcends. Consider a tiny seed nestled deep in the earth. It doesn't know what tomorrow holds, what kind of weather it will face, or how tall it will grow. Yet, it holds within it the blueprint for a magnificent plant. Its journey is one of quiet, persistent growth, drawing sustenance from the soil and light from the sun, even when it feels completely hidden. Sometimes, our mornings feel like that seed, dark, uncertain, buried under the weight of what's to come. We can't see the bloom, only the struggle to push through the soil. But just as the seed trusts the unseen forces that nurture it, we too can trust that there is a divine hand at work, cultivating growth and purpose even in the most anxious moments. Perhaps you're carrying the weight of past regrets, or the fear of repeating old mistakes. The dawn, which should feel like a fresh start, can sometimes feel like a continuation of yesterday's burdens. But imagine a gentle river flowing ever onward. It doesn't cling to the water that has already passed under the bridge. It embraces the new currents that continuously join its flow. Each drop is fresh, moving towards the ocean. Your life this morning is like that river. The past has flowed by, and while it shaped you, it doesn't define the new currents that are available to you right now. This is a moment for renewal, for fresh grace, for letting go of what has already passed and embracing the newness of this very breath. It's easy to get caught in the trap of if only. If only I had more time, if only I had more money, if only this situation were different, then I would be at peace. But true peace isn't dependent on external circumstances. It's an internal posture, a deep-seated knowing that even in the midst of chaos there is an anchor. Think of a lighthouse standing firm against a raging storm. The waves crash against its base, the winds howl, but its light remains steady, unwavering, guiding ships to safety. You this morning can be that lighthouse. Your inner peace can be that steady light, even when the storms of anxiety and uncertainty rage around you. It doesn't mean the storms disappear, but it means you have a fixed point, an unshakable foundation within you. This morning, what is one small area where you can choose to be the lighthouse, to stand firm in your inner peace, rather than being tossed by the waves of worry? It might be choosing to focus on one positive thought, or taking one conscious deep breath, or simply acknowledging that you are held. This isn't about ignoring reality, it's about shifting your internal landscape. It's about remembering that your peace is not a fragile thing that can be shattered by external pressures, but a divine gift, a deep wellspring that can be accessed at any moment. As the day unfolds, remember that you carry this wellspring within you. It's always there, ready to refresh and restore you, no matter what challenges may arise. As we move towards the quiet of prayer, I want to invite you to do something truly powerful, something that connects us all in a profound way. If there's a specific burden, a worry, a hope, or a silent plea on your heart this morning, I warmly invite you to share it in the comments below. Write down your prayer request, big or small, personal or universal. Know that as you share, you're not just speaking into the void, You're joining a community of faith, and every single request will be read, held in our collective hearts, and included in our prayers. This act of sharing is a beautiful part of how God moves among us, carrying one another's burdens and lifting each other up. It's a testament to the power of shared faith and the comfort of knowing you are truly seen and heard. So take a moment, if you feel led, and pour out your heart. Let us pray. O divine presence, as the gentle light of this new morning breaks through, we come before you, our hearts open, our spirits yearning for the peace that only you can give. We confess, Lord, the anxieties that often greet us before the sun fully rises, the worries that cling to our minds like morning mist. We bring to you every unspoken fear, every racing thought, every burden that feels too heavy to carry alone. We imagine ourselves now standing in your presence, bathed in the warmth of your love, feeling the gentle touch of your hand upon our weary shoulders. We lay down the need to control, the urge to predict, the pressure to be perfect. We surrender the what-ifs and the if-onlys that try to steal our peace. We lift up every prayer request shared in the comments, knowing that each one represents a precious heart seeking your comfort and intervention. For those facing illness, bring healing and strength. For those navigating loss, bring solace and hope. For those seeking direction, illuminate their path. For those burdened by financial strain, open doors of provision. For those wrestling with relationships, bring reconciliation and understanding. For those feeling lonely, surround them with your loving presence. We ask for your peace, the peace that transcends all understanding, to guard their hearts and minds, just as it guards ours. Fill us, Lord, with a quiet confidence, a deep knowing that you are with us in every breath, in every step, in every challenge, and every triumph of this day. Help us to feel your presence as a tangible calm, a steady anchor in the midst of life's waves. May our minds be clear, our spirits refreshed, and our hearts alight with your hope. Let us walk through this day not driven by fear, but led by your unwavering love. Thank you for this new beginning, for your unfailing mercies that are new every morning. We receive your peace now, deep within our souls, a peace that will carry us through this day and beyond. Amen. As you step into this day, remember that the truest peace isn't found in the absence of storms, but in the presence of an unshakable calm within you. This peace is a gift, always available, always waiting to be embraced. If you experienced a moment of quiet or a shift in your spirit during this prayer, we would be so honored if you shared your personal testimony in the comments below. Your story can be a beacon of hope for someone else who needs it. And if this time of prayer has brought you comfort and strength, we invite you to become a cherished part of our community by subscribing to the channel. Let's continue to seek this profound peace together, day after day, allowing it to transform our mornings and, in turn, our entire lives. May your day be filled with an extraordinary, unshakable peace.